All right, so let's recap last session. So you guys had received a summons from Narama, as you often do, to help out with the situation. That I need to look up what that situation was myself. Basically, he wanted you to go and take some supplies. That's what it was. So take some supplies, just standard medical and maybe some foodstuffs and things, to a Kularan military base in the asteroids, your guys' favorite place. And unfortunately, kind of very recently, you learned that the Therans, the Theran Navy, came in and put a blockade, if you will, around the Kularan planet for protection, as they said. And so it was going to be really tough for you guys to get out of there. And especially if you said, we're delivering supplies to the militia. It was going to be a big deal. So meeting with one of Narama's counterparts, they told you, Haas was his last name. Haas gave you the details and gave you the information to head out there. You figured out a way to get past the blockade very cleverly. We're able to kind of spoof a signal and throw the Theran Navy off your scent, and you were able to give you enough of a gap to head out and head towards the astrofield. Once you kind of got towards the belt, it was going to be tough for them to really pursue, so they'd be crazy to follow you in there. And once in the asteroids, as you're heading towards the belt, you did receive a distress call. And after a quick little bit of hesitance, you did decide to answer that. And you came upon the aggressive negotiation, a starship that looked to have been basically dead, with power just kind of drifting, eventually, going to impact, fly into another ship. And so, or not a ship, but an asteroid. You were able to respond, and the person on board told you that things were very bad. Someone came aboard the ship, basically killed everyone but her and her daughter. You docked with them, went aboard, and found Gilly and her daughter, who Gilly was kind of co-captain of the ship. Her husband, unfortunately, and the other crewmen had all been slain. And you figured out that, I think Gilly knew this, but then just through questions and whatnot, that it was actually Therans that came aboard and did this, including one of your favorite Therans that you've met before, Bisselt, the Bothan officer that you've had a run-in with before. Lan, you said, I know you're kind of always, recording things and whatnot, and did you guys try and access the ship to look at any records there, right? I forget.
I remember recording the damage to the ship and recording Haley and Billy's testimony about it.
Okay.
But I don't remember accessing the ship's logs.
Well, I think we asked them if there was any cameras or anything. I think they said no.
Okay, that sounds right. Yeah.
That or it got destroyed when they came aboard and searched stuff. So it was something like that.
Yeah.
I know the answer. We did ask, and the answer was no.
Right. All right. So you were able to get the ship at least up and running, and Gilly said she could take it from there. Clearly distraught though from what just happened, but she thanked you immensely and said, "Hey, please be in touch with me later. I definitely need to help you out." But she was just glad to at least, for her and her daughter to get out of there and head back to Kularan, because they were a pair of weapons runners, and everything was legit, but apparently the Therans thought otherwise. So you took care of that and continued on your way towards the base. And coming to the base, is about where we'll pick up, and we'll just kind of intro that again. You arrive there to this large asteroid, and it, one that looks like many others in the belt, but everything below you is dark. There's a thin, artificial atmosphere that, of course, would imply that it's not uninhabited. But a close scan reveals a darkened building and several starfighters bearing the insignia of the Kalaran militia parked on the tarmac around it. Quick run up and down the comm frequencies, however, come back silent. If there was anyone down there, they're not saying anything. Eventually, deciding to land in the central landing pad of the station, and then surrounding it is basically the buildings for all the for the base and the different aspects of it. As you come down, I mean, it's dark. It just seems that there's no lights anywhere from this point. So we'll just pick up there as you guys have just landed at the base.
And I think we've already tried to make radio contact, right? And there's nobody answered.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, coming on your way in, at least, yes.
Well, that's slightly concerning. Nobody's answering the door here.
Does anybody actually know where this place is? Like, I wonder if the Therans found it and they had to leave, or. But we still see ships everywhere, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And give me some perception checks quick again. We might have done this last time, but
I remember the last time we came to a place and there were abandoned ships and no people around. Oh, nice.
Alrighty, very nice. For a couple of you at least. So as you come out the ship and look around, you're not seeing any initial signs of life, at least. The atmosphere is present, so the generator for that system is apparently functioning. Everything else, though, you don't see any signs of power otherwise. All the starships that you see around, there's no damage to anything. So you don't see any signs of firefight or anything like that. So everything, seems fine there. There's you specifically see 3 starfighters and 2 transports. These starfighters painted in the emerald and white of the militia. The transports are unmarked. All the ships, as I said, seem to be undamaged.
As I guess we look out towards the base or building, I mean, is it just like a big building there? It looks like it's got like a door, like a front entrance to this place.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a donut. You guys came down in the middle, in the hole, and then it's surrounding is the building. So there's like a platform. Yeah.
All right, but we see like
down.
But I guess we see like doors or something to get from the like into the ring. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we should probably go and see if we can get inside. Maybe they've got some kind of communication shielding on this place to keep it from being discovered. But at the very least, we got to figure out what happened here and get rid of this cargo.
There are, just for sake of directions north, to the north, you see 2 large, very large doors. And then to the south, there's a single door, smaller size. You can deduce that the ones to the north likely are more of a loading type door. And then the other one to the south is just a entrance door. But beyond that, there are no other doors in the surrounding area.
Okay.
Do any of these doors look locked in any way? Are they accessible?
You can going up to them. They, yeah, they're not locked, but they are, you know, they don't have power to them, so you'd have to, you know, kind of override and manually throw them open.
Sure. If I wanted to do that, would that be like a technology check or slicer's kit?
Probably security here, because this is be kind of,
Security,
yeah,
okay.
releasing the physical, mechanical connections.
Okay.
You know, kind of when you undo your garage door to manually open that up.
Gotcha.
So if you want to
Maybe.
attempt that,
Need any help, Lan?
Oh, I can't. I don't know how to use traditional sort of lock pick, and that seems like it's more for scoundrels.
Too bad our resident scoundrel isn't here. He's like, I do have a security spike, if that helps.
what does that do again? Is it basically like helps with that kind of a check, right?
Yeah, I think it lets you re-roll it, but you have to use the new one.
Okay.
Here.
Yeah, I don't even have a security kit, so I couldn't even attempt.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
that's.
Yeah, I don't know. How do I?
There you
There
go.
we go.
When you make an intelligence security kit check, you spike roll. Okay. I mean, yeah. So. Somebody can just make. I mean, for this, we'll just go like a straight intelligence check.
Oh, that's still not me.
I think Mr. Jolt might be able to handle that one.
I think so.
Maybe.
Maybe.
It takes you some time, but you eventually get it figured out. You know, there's a few moments where you're just banging on the thing, but which door were you going after, by the way? Small entrance door or the larger door?
The larger door.
Okay.
Because we're here for deliveries, so I figure the door.
Okay. So you head over there, and eventually you release the mechanism, and the door does open up. You know, you have to manually push that open, but it does push open, and you are presented into a large. You can see there's a little bit of ambient lighting, maybe more from outside, but you can definitely tell this is a storage area, and it is eerily quiet. There's just silence. You don't see anybody. There's just a lot of crates and other things like that found. You can give me a perception checks if anybody wants further look around. Very nice. Valen and Lan. So yeah, beyond the crates and whatnot, you notice a couple computer consoles that don't really look to be doing much. Beyond that, there is not much else of note other than Valen, you, as you're scanning around, you swear you see a couple figures amongst some of the crates and storage boxes here. But as you focus on it, it looks like it's almost a translucent image. Not digitally produced, though. It definitely doesn't seem digitally produced. Almost more of like a shadow. And then when you turn to focus on it, it's it goes away.
Oh, it's those ghosts from Mario.
Yeah. Or a few things I'm thinking of in the Star Wars universe. Oh, jeez.
I
Or it's the symbiote suit. It's come back with a vengeance, and it's all my fault.
I need to wear a mask because I have the worst poker face, and it's not even that you're onto something. It's just like
Could
I
even
see
just be nothing, and I'm just
exactly like
It's funny
I
that
love
like,
to watch your guys' reactions. Like I love so much with the cameras because then you guys like, oh no, and it's just so much fun. But I can't, I
so I'll just
play right into that.
quietly go up to the two of them and just whisper, I know I'm not crazy, but something just moved over there. And once I looked at it, it stopped, but I know it was there. And I'll just kind of generally indicate where it was so they're more aware of what it might be. I was like, I
Alright.
guess, is there a way we can get into these computers and see what's going on? I mean, maybe there was some sort of system-wide message that will give us some indication of what happened, why there's no one here. Yeah, maybe this is how they greet people here. I don't know. I mean, they are a rebel cell. I wouldn't imagine them to want to be out in the open like that. So maybe this is just part of the custom greeting. I mean, I don't know.
Dax gonna kind of say loudly, "Well, if they're here, they better start unloading that cargo." And then gonna look at Lan and say, "Lan, can you take a look at those computer terminals and see if you can find anything?"
I don't see why not.
And Dax will go ahead and draw one of his blasters as well. If there is something or someone around, he's not gonna wait for it to show up.
And I think I already had battle precognition cast. I think we did it when we went to their ship.
Yeah, I believe
way
so.
in.
Oh yeah,
So-
maybe. Okay.
It didn't take the points off, but I took it off already.
Yeah, there's not a I haven't taken I didn't take the module off yet for the spells thing upcasting to work, and I don't know if they've updated
Oh,
that yet. I haven't
right.
checked. So,
Okay.
but anyway,
I'm gonna
uh,
silently take out the double Shoto and try to keep it hidden. It has the collapsible
okay.
hilt, I think, that allows it to have the hidden trait, which normally I don't think a
So-
double saber does. It just makes it easier to hide.
Dak, you're wearing the goggles.
Yes.
Okay, so Valen, you would be pretty hard at seeing right now, given the darkness. I mean, you've got one of these bay door loading doors open, so there's a little bit of low light that comes in, but otherwise, and then Lan, you have dark vision, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
there's no like active
right.
power where we're.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
guess-
seemingly the entire base is without power, other than as you realize, the atmosphere generator.
Makes it even
Okay, so these-
creepier. How the hell did I see those guys in the corner?
So
and-
the computer terminal's not even on then. That we're gonna have.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So-
Could I like power it up with like a power cell?
You could, yeah, you certainly can try.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I want to try to rig something, draw some power off of a power cell or out of my wrist pad or something.
Okay, yeah, I know. Indy can chime in here on how this wouldn't work. That just getting this one terminal up doesn't mean that the server that it has to access.
Well, it depends. Yeah, it depends if it's
That too real?
it depends if it's a terminal server, or if it's actually has its own embedded
Embedded
database
information?
and system information. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it would. This one little. So give me just a straight technology check first, Land, to see that you can kind of rig that up.
Let's hope this thing has some local logs.
Nice. All right. This might be something that you've done before. Basically, hotwired a computer, and you do so quickly and easily, and you get the power to the system enough to boot that thing up. You now have power to it. It's booted up, and then it's just a matter of accessing that and seeing what you can find. So go ahead and give me a either tech or slicers kit.
Okay. They're both the same for me.
Very nice. All right. So you get in there, and looks like there luckily is some local information here on the system. You definitely run into a wall of things that would probably be more of, server connection. But locally, you find just some information on some shipping information, manifest, and incoming, outgoing, whatever, things like that. You do find a kind of directory of the base. There happens to be one here on the system, and you're able to pull that. So you guys gain access to that, which is... Okay, you should see that now.
Nice.
And we're in the
So in the north middle, the storage there.
storage room. Okay.
Yep. You just came in there. So as you see, you've got some barracks to the right, workout, kind of recreation down lower right, dining and kitchen lower left, and then officer quarters in the upper area. And then that central landing is where you guys came down. Probably the other ships wouldn't be right there, they're probably outside of this base, but that was where you guys could have came down to unload.
Well, I suppose we should check out the officers' quarters. If anybody knew what was going on around here, it'd be those at the top of the food chain.
True enough. Where would they keep the power in a place like this?
Is there a way to pull that map back up?
Oh,
Does
yeah.
it go somewhere?
It's in the journal entries. Do you guys have anything there? Probably not.
No, it's empty. That's
Yeah,
what I was
let me
wondering.
permissions.
Does that seem like a logical place for it to go?
Okay,
but
try now. Does it show up for you
Yep.
guys?
It's there.
Yeah, I see it.
It'd be nice if, like, when I show it, you guys then become observers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, perhaps in the officers' quarters, or that somewhere in the office. Maybe it's where like the main power source might be. Nothing else makes any sense. Wouldn't be in the gym
Maybe
or the
Through those
kitchen.
back storage doors?
I assume that maybe just goes back outside.
Oh.
So yeah, I guess let's head over to the
Start somewhere.
officers' quarters in that office area and see what we have.
Don't you think each one of us, we would cover more ground if we split up?
No,
No.
not especially if you think there's something prowling around here.
Oh, no, he's absolutely not going to split up. That'd be stupid. That's when they get you.
As if summoning it yourselves with your conversation as you guys begin to head deeper into the storage area. A light stabs out from the darkness, shining towards your eyes, and you hear a voice. Put your weapons on the floor and step away from them. No one has to get hurt.
I think there's been a bit of a misunderstanding. We're actually here to make a delivery.
Dak elbows Lan in the side to spur him to quit talking.
So you would see, so Lan, as you look towards it, and then Dak as well, the light obviously is going to hit you, and just, as if you were wearing like night vision and the lights turned on. But refocusing, you do see a figure that is behind the source of that light. And he has just a male human, kind of crew cut hair, wearing a Navy uniform, and a uniform that you've seen before recently as well. And you two give me perception checks as well.
The dark vision people?
Yes,
Okay.
Lan and
Wow, I'm just getting all the good
Wow.
rolls today.
All right, so yeah, Lan, you just really just pick out just this one figure there.
Um, you said we recognized the uniform.
Yes, of the Theron Navy.
Okay, that's what I was saying. You said Navy. I didn't know if you meant Navy as in the color
Navy
or
color,
Navy as in the organization.
But also, well, actually, no, theirs is black and red. That's right. It's I think that's what it was. So,
Dak is going to say, looks like we've got you outnumbered 3-1. How about you announce who you are before anybody starts dropping weapons?
the gentleman steps forward and he takes the light and shines it. He kind of tilts it a little bit, so now it's on the ground, not directly in your guys' faces, but it's still illuminating whatnot. And says, "Well, I've got a few others here that tip things quite a bit in our favor, but not here to shed blood. Just simply to take care of some separatists. My name is Officer Lore Derwin. How about introductions from yourselves?"
While he's
Not every-
asked, oh sorry,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say while he's doing this, do I see the lightsaber that Dak collected? Like, is it on his person outside, or is it in like a
Which one? From
the only
believer
one that we
chick?
have?
The dart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
No. Okay.
bring it with me. I leave it back on the ship until I can.
Oh, okay.
I can't do anything with it currently, so.
Okay, that might make this a little more difficult for me then. I'm not handing it over. So, I'm gonna take the saber, and since it's easy to hide, I'm going to stuff it back up my sleeve. Pretend like I don't even have one.
Okay. So you can see a little bit now, Valen, with this flashlight, obviously. You know, this light source. So, Lan, were you saying something in response?
Yes, my name is Land Jolt. I'm a duly licensed bounty hunter, member of the Bounty Hunters Guild. If you shoot me, you'll regret it. And if you drop my rifle and scuff it in any way, I'll make sure of that myself.
And I toss him my rifle.
Toss it over to him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dak
Yeah.
thinks to himself, "What? Why is Lan throwing his rifle away?" Because Dak is not doing that with his.
Man has more than one weapon.
The flashlight kind of like, you know, jumbles through the air as he goes, because you realize that he was holding a weapon out as well, so he made quick to grab the weapon, and you see him turn to the side and give a head nod to somebody, and another figure comes out, a little bit taller. He's got some heavier armor on, and he just hands the weapon over to him. And this gentleman looks at it, and you see him inspecting the weapon and looking very intrigued and over this. He just gives a nod and says, he turns to you, Dak, says, "And you?"
Name's Zark Odo.
Give me a deception check.
Not a lie if you believe it. There it is. Hey, all right. I can't keep rolling all single digits, can I, the whole time?
Just as gives you a nod, Zark. And you, the young one, you
Oh,
are you a
he
Jedi?
he can't talk much. Been hit in the head one too many times. He thinks he's a Jedi.
Yeah, they only give me this. I'm gonna pull out a vibra baton. I'm like, they said it was a lightsaber, and I turned it on, and it's just this stick. That's all I
No,
got.
don't worry, kid. That's a lightsaber. You just have to be able to use the Force to activate it. He'll kind of look over at Lore and kind of just give like a little wink.
like he's
Just,
gonna
keep-
try to activate it. Just sit there and focus. He's really selling it,
Just keep
and it's just
practicing,
not
kid.
turning on.
You'll get it someday.
And he's gonna take it, and I can't get it to work. He'll toss it to Lore's feet.
It slides over. And he stops it with his boot as that comes forward. I appreciate the cooperation. Make things much easier. And he just kind of looks back and he calls out. He says, everyone, you can come out now. And you see now 3 other individuals come out. Another figure with like a full like face mask helmet thing, just all kinds of different belts and trappings, heavy pouches and things, with like a wrist pad and whatnot. A female steps forward, just wearing a slim jumpsuit and whatnot, who has a couple pistols in her hands. And then then the last gentleman is a dark-skinned male that comes forward, wearing just another Theron military tactical suit as well, wielding a heavier blaster rifle as well. It comes out, just flanking Lore and the other figure that was with him. And Lore just continues and says, we're here on suspicion that there are separatists among the Kularan militia. We understand that we received a tip that someone was going to be making a delivery, weapons, heavy weapons, and so we came in ahead to kind of clear out the base and take them. The scum transporting those in, that would be you, yes?
Wrong. We are legitimate. We are bringing medicine. Now, if you wouldn't mind, I would like my rifle back before your oily human hands damage the finish.
His counterpart that had that, looking it over, takes the power cell out of it and then hands it over to you.
Oh, my rifle uses slugs.
Okay, so he'll eject. He definitely knows how to use that, so he's gonna eject whatever's in there and then hand that back.
Remind me, I know we're carrying stuff. Do we actually have any weapons? Or is he referring to the aggressive negotiations, potentially?
Potentially. Yeah.
I was trying to remember what
You guys don't
specifically,
have...
if we even knew. I didn't think we had weapons.
No, yours is just, medicinal supplies and medical supplies, and then, maybe some food stuff, but yeah.
Okay. No, we are not the ship you're looking for.
Well, this asteroid, we understand, is being developed as a staging area for which the Separatists could launch attacks at Kularan or Elmas. We have no intent on harming any citizens of Kularan as long as you remain loyal to the Republic.
All due respect, sir, I don't think you're supposed to be harming anybody, even if they aren't. That's not really your prerogative, is it?
Him kind of scrunches his brow at that. Are you implying that
I'm saying
that has
that
been the case?
people have rights within the Senate. Last I checked, this is a Senate-controlled or Republic member world. People have rights. You can't just kill whoever you want. Even in wartime, there's still rules.
And we understand that. I'm not aware of that happening.
You, Theron, Navy folks should get your operations all on the same page, it sounds like.
I beg your pardon?
We came across a disabled freighter actually in the asteroid belt that had been attacked, seemingly by some other members of your naval forces.
Seem kind of process that. Definitely more towards disbelief. Give me perception checks. Or insight. Let you choose.
I'm gonna do insight just because we don't normally do it. Same modifier anyway, so.
Valen, just barely. You pick up the slightest reaction to a couple of the other soldiers during this conversation. Seem to kind of especially the last part, as Dak mentioned, that.
The ship.
Yeah, the attack. Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like while you were all here waiting for the shipment to arrive, some other Navy members took it upon themselves to go and search it out themselves. Was that not part of this operation of yours?
I find that very hard to believe, and I'd have to argue that you are mistaken.
Well,
Well,
how about we name drop?
I said those dead bodies and blaster burns on that freighter lead me to believe otherwise.
One of the other soldiers steps forward, the female, and she kind of steps forward, and you can tell that there's a little bit of a hesitance. Lore, everyone is very respecting of Lore. You can tell that he's their commanding officer, and they definitely fall in line with him. But a female steps forward, and she introduces herself. She says, "Hello, my name is Daedra Jokant. What is this you said you experienced? How do you know of this situation?"
How many so there's her and then there's Lore. How many other
There's 5 total.
5 total
Yeah.
people? Okay. Well,
Like-
how do you pronounce that? Deidre?
Daedra
it's
is what I'm
Daedra.
saying, yeah.
Okay. Daedra, perhaps you and Lore and the rest of us can have this this conversation in somewhere a little more accommodating, perhaps in one of the officers' offices down the hall here.
Laura kind of chimes in and says, "More darkness going to help make things more comfortable for you?"
Oh, you all haven't figured out how to turn the power back onto this place?
No, we haven't been here that long ourselves, and we did a quick sweep, and there's nothing here.
Well, no offense, but if there's members of the Theran Navy out killing innocent crews and civilians, I prefer to keep that information to a smaller group of folks. Not really sure who you can trust. As Dak kind of look around at all the people in the room.
Give me another perception or insight check.
That all of us?
Yep.
Oh,
Hey, double digits.
All right. Valen, you see one other specific gentleman that definitely reacts again to Dak's last statement. You guys, Dak and Valen, at least, you're picking up that these examples that you're presenting seem to be, garnering some weight towards this this conversation.
A little too specific for them to ignore.
That, yeah, like Lore is very stone-faced, and you can tell that he's very serious about the situation and whatnot, but some of his counterparts seem to, as you kind of mentioned this or that, there's kind of like just a reaction, definitely. So
What kind of I guess, like, do they look uncomfortable? Or is it more like like, how you get when when someone's explaining something to you, you just get more and more like, are you kidding me? Like, you start working yourself up kind of a thing?
it is not one of, so it's definitely not one of guilt.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that's kind of more like, are they angry or
Right. It is more of a
hurt pride or...
no, like almost like an agreeing type, like, yes, I know, kind of a thing almost.
Okay. You're like, well, I guess I'll turn to the other two and just kind of look at them both. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but do you happen to know a Bothan by the name of Basalt?
And Lore
Lieutenant Basalt?
Lore says, yes, I'm familiar with Lieutenant Bissell.
So are we. I don't remember how long ago it was, and maybe my friends here can help jog my memory, but he decided to board our ship without any cause of any kind and search our ship for the force knows what. No idea what he was even looking for, wouldn't tell us, wouldn't let us observe him do it. And then on the way out, after finding nothing, we go and check his handiwork and find out he's placed a transmitter on our hyperdrive. Now, what does the Theran Navy have to do with doing that to cargo ships leaving the system? Especially when ships that get those things end up in the system destroyed. Like, I don't know what this guy's doing.
Lore kind of like almost cuts you off and says, I've heard these rumors, and Admiral Tramsig has issued an official denial on any of this behavior.
A Bothan covering for a Bothan. How convenient. He's like, do we still have that transmitter? I'll turn to Dak and Lan. Do we still have it? Or did we was that the thing we attached to somebody else's ship?
I think we might have used it in
I can't remember what we did with it.
Dak at that, I guess kind of being familiar with pirates and things, and also knowing what just recently happened to the aggressive negotiations, Dak's going to, I guess, kind of chime in and say, if I didn't know any better, putting that tracking device on our ship to be potentially intercepted once outside of the system, as well as attacking another freighter here in the asteroid belt and stealing all the cargo, would almost make me think that some members of the Theran Navy might be engaging in some little side hustle, maybe some piracy.
He remains kind of stone-faced. You can tell that he's getting very frustrated and aggravated at this conversation. But the others, a couple of the others, at least the female, the one female, and then the other gentleman, and one of them does step up and just says, in what ways do you think that this is happening? Where have you seen these examples?
Well, Dak will point to back to the doors we came in. That ship right there was the one that Bissell boarded and planted the tracking device on, and then there's the other disabled freighter that we came across with crew all dead except 2 members and all the cargo taken. I would have thought if there was some kind of capturing of cargo for any type of illegal transport, they would have kept the people alive, not killed them all. That sounds more like pirates than customs.
How far be it from me to make assumptions about the training and strictness of the chain of command in the Theran Navy, but putting 2 and 2 together, perhaps it is your discontented elements within your organization who are stealing cargo and perhaps selling it back to the militia. In other words, maybe you ought to sweep your own house before you go asking an upstanding citizens such as ourselves for their weapons.
I guess if you don't believe us, we have, I guess, some more visual evidence of what took place on that ship, or at least the aftermath of what took place before we arrived.
Everybody give me intelligence checks, please.
This is where we see the other group come up and kill us all.
You see these two the 2 others that have kind of spoken up. They're kind of now focusing on lore and start, see, like I told you, like there's something going on. You have to understand. And just kind of a little bit of a conversation amongst themselves. Dak, as you go on and just, you're kind of thinking of this examples and whatnot. Just for some reason, something hits you. Burnout. The station where they had the, taking the basically slaves into the fighting pit. That was within the Thayer space, and definitely seemed to be kind of related to that as well. So that recollection comes through as well.
Okay.
The female Daedra, she interrupting herself from kind of bugging Lore about stuff. We don't need to see the footage. I think some of us would believe you. We have to respect our commanding officer's loyalty to his command. But some of us feel that there is something we're not being told here. It
Well,
seems so far that yes, there's some discrepancies.
I'd say it doesn't really seem quite standard operating procedure to attack unarmed freighter ships in the asteroid belt.
No, not at all.
And as I said earlier, even if they were guilty of a crime, there's procedures and means and ways of doing that even you guys generally should be respecting, and these people clearly weren't.
And I don't imagine the Thayer Navy has anything to say related to the Kularan citizens being rounded up and taken to burnout there within your jurisdiction.
The other gentleman that had asked a couple or made a few comments as well, he definitely reacts and says, so I've heard things about burnout. What is it? You've seen this? You've heard of this as well?
I'll do you one better. I've been there.
You ever seen an Acklay up close? I have. Big and scary. And we saved a bunch of people from being killed by one on burnout. People that got there via potentially this sect of your navy.
The other gentleman, he says, my apologies. My name is Gareth. I've heard these stories of the station as well. It's quite disturbing that there is some truth to them. He turns to Laura. Says, do you see now that there's something going on, that we're not being told the whole truth? There is something else going on. The Navy is, they're just up to something, and we need to, they're providing misinformation, and all of us, we are 100% loyal to you, Lore. But I think a few of us are not very loyal beyond that, for these reasons. And he gestures towards you, to you guys, you know, referring to your stories and whatnot.
Yeah, I don't imagine most of you signed up for those sorts of things to be happening when you signed up for the Navy.
No, not really. You can see that Laura is really beginning to fight with this and whatnot. But you guys think that you've made some good arguments, and it seems that you've brought a couple of the others maybe on board. So, give me, whoever feels like it, or I guess Dak. Yeah, I think you'd probably handle this anyway. Give me a persuasion check at advantage. Yeah, persuasion check at advantage. Very nice. Putting everything together, all this, you know, evidence, if you will, along with Dydra and Gareth, you know, almost coming to your side as well. You see Lore, the color kind of goes out of his face, even in the darkness here. I mean, you're still just standing by the glow of the light rods, and you can see that he looks just defeated and upset and ashamed at what happened here. And he says, I just don't believe it. But with your evidence, I just don't, I just can't see how they could have done this.
Yeah, many of us in the Jedi Order had the same feeling when Count Dooku switched sides. He was a very well-respected man. And now look what happened. The man's a tyrant. Things happen, people change, you can't always see it coming. But even though they are your friends, you still have to be objective. That is your job. Someone is clearly doing something wrong here. And even if they aren't wrong, maybe there is a simple misunderstanding to it all. It's still your job to find that out and be objective. Like, your duty to protect people has not gone away just because you might need to protect them from someone of your own, even from doing the wrong thing. It's like, we've all been there, especially us in the Jedi Order, so we know how you feel. It's like, but if you need our help,
You're
Well.
much wiser than your friend gives you credit for, young one.
Yeah, they just shove me in the library all day, so that's all I do is read books.
But I guess, Lord, the question you have to ask yourself and decide is Bisselt acting on his own, or is he doing this at the behest of someone else there within the Navy? You go, taking this back up the command chain might be a short career for you.
Indeed. But something that needs to be figured out for sure. Well, he kind of is addressing his crew as well. I'm sorry I didn't believe you all. And have to... I will certainly... Basically, he goes on about defecting and says, I will definitely be looking into the situation with Bisselt and the greater wrongdoings by the Therans. I appreciate your enlightenment on the situation.
Well, we're glad to, I guess, inform somebody about what Bissel's out there doing to innocent freighters like ourselves.
I guess the question is, what can we do to stop him? Assuming he's just a lone operator, that shouldn't be too difficult.
I have a feeling that might be optimistically naive.
Oh, I don't believe it
Valen.
myself, but it's possible. That's all I'm saying. I don't believe it. That in our encounters with him, he acted way too cocksure for someone who's just doing this on his own. He knew that no matter what he did, he was gonna get away with it because somebody was gonna wave their hand and make it happen. But who knows?
That's very possible.
He's definitely a place to start.
Have we? I'm trying to keep track now. So we've talked to, I think, 3 or 4 people. Has everybody there in the group talked at this point, or there's some people that haven't?
No, a couple of them haven't. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because I just wondering, as we're, talking through all this, the other one's just kind of standing, nodding their head, yeah, we believe,
Yeah,
totally in agreement,
just kinda,
okay.
Yep.
Well, and so I guess the thing that's been the back of my mind is, you got a tip that we were going to be bringing weapons here? Us specifically, or just a ship?
Yes, just a ship. Somebody, my superiors got a tip that, as I said, smugglers would be bringing in the weapons. From what I understand is that one of Narama's own people provided the tip. That's as much as I know about that.
Oh, I mean, we're not smugglers, we're honest to God haulers. I mean, what kind of group of smugglers has a Jedi walking around with them? It's kind of stupid.
Sounds like you also don't have the weapons anyway, so either
no, we were bringing medical supplies. I don't know who told you what or why, but someone's playing someone.
Who else within the Theron command would have been made aware of this tip besides your crew?
I'm not certain, but I was assigned to come and flush it out, so it's possible that only my group was made known of it.
Well, unless it was just a big coincidence, Bisselt happened to come across that ship in the asteroid belt. It sounds like that information might have been spread to others.
Indeed.
Well, while we're all here, John, I had a thought, perhaps disturbing. All the lights here are off, and smuggling tends to happen under cover of darkness. We may be letting the smugglers get away as we speak.
It's a valid point. We did a quick sweep of the facility, but they said not thorough, and it didn't seem like there was much here at all. There's a lot that I need to process, and I'd offer some assistance, but I'm not sure there's much else we can do at this time. So,
Well, there is one thing you can do.
I show him the map of the base on my wristpad and say,
Where's the switch box? We gotta get lights on in here. I mean, I can see in the dark, but the rest of you are screwed.
he just, kind of says, I'm not, certain. Your guess is as good as mine, but, you could check any of the various areas just to see if you can find it. Maybe in the offices area that you'll find some controls in there.
is the office door locked? Because we're in the room next to the office, right?
Right. It's closed, but going up to it, you assume it's probably going to be the same situation as the loading door. Basically closed, but locked only from lack of power.
So, I guess while Land's, starting to investigate that, so Lore, when your group arrived here, there were no other beings here. It was just an empty base with all these ships just sitting outside.
Yes. We thought it was pretty odd, quite eerie indeed, but we were here to set up the ambush, and that's what we went to do.
Yeah, I agree with Lan here. If we can somehow get power back to some of these computer terminals, maybe we can find out more about what happened here. Agree. For the militia just to leave and leave behind all this equipment doesn't make any sense.
I agree.
Would you and your team be willing to help us try to get the power restored to this place?
Absolutely. We might have some expertise here to help out with that.
Any idea where we start first?
Yeah, and say the office is be the most logical
there.
place to start with. Yeah.
Then just go clockwise.
The
Why not?
the one gentleman that had the full face mask and everything, kind of had all these little components and whatnot, finally speaks up and says, I do believe there was likely the main power generator power plant facility on the outside of the main base. Might be a good idea to start there.
Yeah. Makes sense. The power generator would be outside. Can you point or lead the way?
Certainly, it's just out here to the back side of the storage.
Is this stuff we need spacewalking stuff for?
No,
Is it
likely
outside?
the atmosphere would be artificial atmosphere would be generated because, as I said,
Oh,
you know,
okay.
they're
It's a dome.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I just wasn't sure how far it extends.
Right.
Okay.
yeah. So there's a couple doors to the back of the storage as well that you can get through, and the group leads you that way, and one of the doors is, you know, they've already kind of gotten that opened. So you head out, and you do find a little small kind of service building that does seem to be the main power source. So, Lan, assumingly, if you want to go and give me a technology check, try and get this baby up and running. Very nice. The masked gentleman with you is pretty impressed. You can see that he's definitely, as well, one of you know, technology and things like that. You're very good with your skills.
Thank you kindly.
And you get that as you go and you know, try and work on getting the power restored and whatnot. There's a satisfying you know, hum as the generation comes back, and everything just eventually powers on, and you start seeing lights, the glow of the lights from the base come back on, and power seemingly is restored. You can tell though that the reserves are pretty low. Something that sticks out is that they're lower than you would expect them to be, seemingly from you know, how long the base, you know, should have been empty. Laura says, well, there are some things that we need to take care of, given current information. There's not much else that you would need from us. We will see ourselves off to go deal with that. But again, I thank you for your enlightenment, as I said.
Well,
Is there a
glad
way
to know we met one of the good ones.
Is there a way for us to get a hold of you? For you to get a hold of us? In case you find something out, or want to keep us in the loop? I don't know if you do or not, but we sure as hell would love to know what's up with these people.
Well, it's probably going to be a interesting path going forward for myself, but I'll probably end up switching sides. Just figuring out what that entails. As he says that, you guys might think that you have pretty good relations with Austin Delnay of the militia.
Since we're talking about the militia side, I was like, I wasn't sure exactly which side he was referring to. Yeah, so I guess Dak mentioned if you do want to talk to anyone within the Kalaran militia, we have a contact or two.
Is that might be beneficial indeed.
Dak will give Laura, I guess, whatever comm code phone number thing that they would
Where's Lan with his cards? That's our
would
It's like
need
tailor-made
yeah.
for this.
I
Say,
had to I had to remove some external sound.
Oh.
I don't know if you can hear the bass thumping.
Nope. Oh, good.
yeah. Lan, give the man one of your cards. If
Land Jolt, shockingly effective.
if you decide you want that meeting set up, just reach out to us and we'll get the right people engaged.
Absolutely. I appreciate it very much. Dydra steps forward, and she's got kind of like a side satchel almost strapped on, and says, hopefully you won't be needing these, but I think we're good from here. But I've got some spare. I know you guys were bringing some, but I've got some personal medical supplies if needed.
Yes, please. Helen will take everything she's got.
He pulls out 3 med packs.
I'll hand them out to each one of us. That way we all got one. Just in case I can't reach you, you know? You can stab one into your own butt. Gain some HP back.
You're a, what's... Champion? What's a champion med pack?
Is that like the legendary version?
I think, yeah.
The premiums, I think, are just fine. I think it's fine.
Okay, wait.
Advanced?
Oh, there isn't a standard version. There's a Vita pack.
Talking about
Yes,
just a med pack?
I was looking, yeah, I was just looking up, but I've just so these will be these will be fine med packs. And so this is you roll 2 hit dice. So yeah, just like we do, yeah, plus your con modifier for each dice. Then yeah. I was just reading the
Not bad.
Vita pack. I don't know. I haven't seen that yet.
Vita pack is
Restore hit dice.
Yeah, I remember. That
So
was
if you
one of
spend
the
it, you
that was one of the blueprints I took for one of the kids. I can't
Oh,
remember.
that's right. And this is messed up because the med pack I drug in before just has the old 2d4 plus 2.
Oh, does
healing,
it?
So it's not even. Yeah.
Are they still not updated?
Must
No,
not. I mean,
I
I
don't
can't.
think so.
That's the only med pack I can find too. There's no other version.
I just throw it in there so I know I have it, and then do whatever the current rules
Yeah. 'Cause
or
I'll have to
whatever
keep
rules we're
track. I've
using
got-
say.
Oh,
got
yeah.
got 3 med packs of varying roll types. Okay.
So yeah, so the ones you get from Dydra are the fine version, and so that allows you to do 2 hit dice.
Okay. So I got
When-
2 regulars and 1.
Yeah, we get
Double,
to-
okay.
So, and yeah, with that, they say, well, we appreciate everything again. We'll certainly be in touch to maybe speak with your contacts, but best of luck the rest of your investigations.
Good luck to you as well, and just remember, be careful on who you can trust.
Absolutely. They head off. They don't like return inside. They head off further away from the base to a starship.
Wait, before they go,
Yeah.
just wanted to ask them. You said there was a contact, the Rama, that tipped you off.
I don't have specific details. It was simply my superiors said that was the that's where the information came from somewhere
Okay.
within one of Nirama's.
Do they have any information beyond that to identify him? Male, female,
Unfortunately not.
human, Bothan, Claudite, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It's like, okay. I was hoping you could narrow it down. Maybe we could plug some of these leaks.
Perhaps before the likely outcome of defection or forced or otherwise. I will see if I can look into that. It didn't seem that I was going to get further information about it. And I did get the little bit of info I did, so we'll see what we can do.
Okay. So hopefully there'll be something we can do on our end to move that along. But anyway, I won't keep you any further.
Best of luck. May the force be with you.
And also with you. Can't decide if that's the Catholic in me or if that's the force.
Am I supposed to kneel now?
Yeah, do I kneel or stand? I don't. Hands out or the.
So let's see, got the power back onto the place, right?
Yes.
We did.
So,
Okay.
You guys can now go through and begin some investigations of the facility.
Does it look, before we leave the generator, does it look to land like it's been tampered with?
No.
Okay.
More like potentially like massive power surge, but even then there's not even like the behavior of it given that, but you don't really see signs of it.
And that. So when we first got here and it was dark, you said that Valen saw something out of the corner of his eye.
Yes.
Would he know that it was the people we just encountered, or
So
is it still possible rationally that it could have been something else that he saw?
yeah, you lean towards the latter there because of like this. You saw this, say you saw this more towards the right side of the room, and then you guys turned to go to the left to the offices, and then that's when the Lord and his people, intercepted.
Okay, so they were on the more left part of the central landing
Yeah.
area, and so where I
Well,
guess
inside
on
the
this...
storage room.
Oh, inside the storage room.
Yeah,
on the
they were
left.
inside
Okay.
the storage area, like right before you guys. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so where did I see that thing then, relative on this map? Where was that
I
at?
mean, call it in the like upper right area of the storage room. Just, I mean,
Okay.
it was like between a bunch of crates and things like that.
Okay, I want to walk back out to that area
Mm-hmm.
and just loudly shout. Like, we know the ship's gone, right? The Navy ship?
Yeah. After a few moments, you hear it eventually take off.
Just gonna shout as loud as I can. You can come out now. And then just wait and see.
Who
You
the
sit
hell
there.
Who you yelling to, kid? They just left.
It's like,
And
well,
there is just silence. Nothing. No response.
I know we went with that. You'd been hit in the head a few times cover story, but you can drop that act.
it's like, I saw something. I'm not, like, I am thoroughly convinced of it.
Well, I know you said you saw some people, and we just talked to some people.
No.
What do you mean no?
Like, they... Okay, when we walked in, so I'll explain to them, like, they were in, I saw it out of the right corner, we went in, and then they were on the left, blah, blah, blah. Something's there. I thought it might have just been the people who were here and were hiding because they knew the other people were here.
And
So I
and
thought
now
I'd just go out and tell them, hey, they're gone. And maybe they don't know. I don't know.
that might have been useful to bring up when we had 5 other guns here with us.
Yeah, but then you heard them. This thing runs a little deep, don't you think? Didn't we? This sounds more like the right thing to do. Plus, I didn't know who the hell that was. That could have been a rat, for all I know. And then I would have looked like an asshole in front of a group of people I don't even know.
No, now you just look like one in front of the 2 people that do know you.
Yeah, but you're used to it, so it's fine, right?
Dax is gonna shake his head. Land, see if you can jump on one of those terminals and figure out what the hell's going on here.
Right. Look, Valen, in the future, just as a tip, as a professional, you usually don't want to, give it out and all the oxen free. That just don't work. If you say come on out, we won't hurt you, that usually isn't that doesn't engender trust.
So people don't trust you when you say you won't hurt them? Okay. Well,
In my
all right.
experience, usually when people say they won't hurt me, that's usually when it happens.
Code for
But
I
that
see.
that might just be me in retrospect.
You don't hang out with some very nice people, I've noticed. But
That is true.
well, then where do we start? Maybe they'll just naturally come out of hiding themselves, or that shadow thing is found its way back into the asteroids again. Maybe that's what I saw.
Well, let's see if the computer's got anything. Maybe we can get on the network or something.
Oh, okay.
Get some surveillance footage.
Will this be a tech check?
Yeah, you going after just that same console? You guys wandering around more, or?
I figured we would go back to the officers' quarters. That would
Okay.
probably be where
Yeah.
any like important, confidential,
Yeah.
encrypted type data would be.
Yeah.
So just as a general investigation around the base a little bit, you guys spend some time kind of going through, just to kind of cover here a little bit. Give me investigation checks all around. Alrighty. So Dak, you just really aren't paying attention, not really seeing too much. I mean, you're confident that there were people here, but you're pretty sure, but there's not. Lan, you noticed a few things as you wandered around, such as there definitely were people here, and they left quickly. You guys kind of wandering through the kitchen, and like food left on the plates. Running through the rec room, weights or games and things were out as if they were in the middle of being used. A lot of the lights, like some of the lights, there's all the lights didn't just come back on. You have some kind of emergency lighting and things like that, but a lot of the lights look like they exploded, like a power surge. Something you kind of thought about, with the other thing. Another thing you notice, Lan, as you go to the office and go to use one of the computers in here, is that there's an image kind of burnt into one of the screens. And, barring a massive surge, that shouldn't happen. Valen, you kind of pick up on a lot of these things as well. Something else that's very odd that you kind of just for some reason pick up on is you don't notice any liquid anywhere. You're going through the kitchen and whatnot, like just liquid is seems to be just gone.
Like they just don't have any around, or like things that had liquid are they dried like completely?
Yeah.
What the hell? Would he know any sort of science that would explain what a possible cause of that would be? I'm struggling myself in real life. I'm just like, what the hell would do that? I know one way, and it's not it's not pleasant.
I mean, give me a let's say intelligence check,
Okay.
or you can use your what's your kit that you use? Hey. Biochemist, right?
Yeah, I think it's the same. It would have been a 22 anyway. So.
Oh, it's still a +2 to that. Well, you have proficiency in it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
so
so
it'd
there's
be
3 more.
25.
Yeah, 25.
Yeah, if I use a kit.
I would say that you might think of a few explanations, but you just don't see signs of them.
Okay. I'll point out to the rest of them, like, do you notice there's no liquids anywhere? Like, look at this. What's the nearest, like, is there like a food stuff near me that's all dry?
Like in the
So I'm
kitchen,
kinda
there would be, yeah, that's where
crumble
you,
it up and show them, like, look at this. This is supposed to be like sponge cake, and it's dust. Like, that's odd.
Gross.
Well, yeah, but where'd the moisture go? What? You guys ever heard anything like that? I know it's not my brain damage.
Nope. Can't say I've ever heard anything like that.
Hmm.
I don't think Lan would have encountered anything that would cause all moisture to evaporate and a massive
Nope.
power surge.
But it.
So he's gonna say,
I've got a couple ideas, but nothing, nothing real. I'm not
Yeah.
too sure about yet.
Dak will just kind of shake his head and say, "There's always something in this damn asteroid field."
It's this whole system, really. If we
Really,
understood the history in this system, we would have just blown it up a long time ago. Screw
Really
this
not
place.
really not getting paid for this. Getting paid enough for this shit. Gotta figure out what to even do with these medical supplies anyway.
Yeah. So are there piles on the floor, Todd, with like clothes around them? Like, I'm ruling out the obvious here. These people didn't just disintegrate into dust. Thanos, is there a giant purple guy around here with a gold glove?
right? No,
Snapping his fingers?
yeah, it just. So one thing, another thing that you would have noticed as well is when you went into, like, if you went through the barracks, even in the barracks, like the beds they almost seem like someone was laying there and then they just disappeared. Like they didn't get up. Like they were in bed and then, like, you know, the depression is still there almost.
This is very weird. All the moisture's gone. It's like, well, knowing that the two humans in the room, at least, he's not sure exactly of Duro's body composition, but the two humans are about 78% water. And there's like no origin point for this. Like, he just can't piece out anything.
Right. No.
Like, I think we need to be very, very careful with maybe moving or manipulating anything in here. Who knows what's hanging around? Like, that's kind of weird. Something that takes all the moisture out. It would appear almost immediate, right? If everybody just stopped everything in the middle of what they were doing.
Right. Yep.
So,
Jack, you hear some beeps from your comm.
Hello.
And it is the gentleman that you spoke with about the mission initially, Haas. Says, he just chimes in and says, just checking in with you boys. How's your progress going?
Excellent. Getting ready to land right now and drop off these supplies.
What's been the holdup? You should have done that by now. Is everything fine?
You know how running a blockade can go. Never goes according to plan. Just had to wait for a patrol cycle to pass us so we could get through undetected. But worked like a charm. Got right through. Their Navy was none the wiser.
Well, listen. You need to get unloaded, and then we got a new rendezvous point. Boss wants to talk to you.
All right, send the coordinates to the ship, and as soon as we get these things offloaded, we'll head right that way.
Just the comm clicks off without any further reply.
Dak, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
If you're thinking I can't trust people within Size Narama's organization, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
I'm not even a smuggler, and I'm thinking that that guy. Remember when he first came to meet us? He got held up by the Navy. How convenient.
Good point. Now I'm not necessarily gonna start casting stones and saying people are involved, but I figure if they think we drop this off and everything's fine, we'll see who seems confused by that. See if they know a little bit more than they're letting on.
Good enough. Besides, I think something of this magnitude is worth just telling Narama directly. By now he knows us well enough that I'm sure we could get to him and completely bypass this guy.
Yeah. Well, we probably should start getting out of here. Lan, I don't know if you can make a copy or download some of the data off one of these consoles from the officers' quarters we can take with us and look into it more back on the ship.
Oh, of course, I'm always getting documentation.
And Lan ejects a data card from his wrist pad. He's recorded some logs of all the terminals we've looked at.
All right. As we're in the barracks area too, since this is a militia, I guess, are there any useful supplies just kind of laying around we could not necessarily like spend forever searching through like every foot locker and crate, but just like, I guess, any kind of equipment laying around that'd be useful to just grab and take with us?
Yeah, give me quick like investigation checks for that.
Okay.
I'll do
There
it
you go.
too.
You finally get something.
Yeah, it like stuck on that one for a second. I was like, no. The dice rolled over.
So you find oh, I know.
Some holographic family photos again of
Right.
the people that have
you
disappeared.
find some weaponry and whatnot. You know, some basic blaster weapons and things. So whatever of that stuff you're interested in grabbing. You know, there's a few things of this and that. Oh.
Okay. Yeah, if you just want to throw it in like the. If you have a note of it, you just want to throw in the notes or whatever, we can do it that way too. I was just thinking, just like, you know, general supplies to throw back
roll
on the
me
ship.
D100 a couple times.
A 2.
Win a 30. All
I'll
right.
show me one or two.
You also
Okay.
you come across some plastic shims, whether there's some value to that or not. 100 plastic shims, and nine hydro spanners.
Sweet. It's just what we need.
If
All right.
you're interested in grabbing those, you find those and take those along.
Is that a shim like when you're putting in flooring, like against the wall? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it could be
A
doorstop.
shim?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm not sure. Hydro
Oh, yeah.
spanners, though, that's kind of like the, you know, sonic
Like
screwdriver from Doctor Who, isn't it? It just does everything. I need a hydro
I
spanner.
thought they
for
were
that.
like a socket wrench almost. I thought the spanner's an actual tool. I don't know what it actually
Yeah.
is though. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like
Lan is definitely going to
Some-
take one of those.
some sort of
hydro spanners.
adjustable wrench or something.
yeah, so we'll take that crap, any little blaster pistols or rifles we see, just supply the ship with it. Nice to have a
Alright.
little stocked armory just in case.
Yeah, you find a few of each. A few blaster pistols. There are a couple stun batons.
Okay.
So beyond that, not much else.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, I guess if there's nothing else here. I'm still not sure who you think you saw, Valen, but doesn't seem anybody to be around at least.
I don't know. There's
Lan and Dak, all three of you, I guess. Give me another perception check.
okay. Nice.
Hey, you got one.
All right, Valen and Dak. Throughout your investigations here, this has been, what a good maybe an hour that you've spent going through the entire base, looking for things and whatnot. At various points in time, Valen and Dak, you would have seen these whatever visions, apparitions, whatever, again. So Valen, you would see it again, and you've already seen it once, and so it's very similar. And then it
Like right there. Look.
and Dak, again, you're kind of, continuing to not believe this, but then you see something as well that you're like, oh, okay, maybe there's something going on here.
Like, I don't know what it is, but something's here. I don't have the necessary skills to reach out in the force and find out, but I'm sure if we poked a few things we'd find out, but the lack of moisture throughout the facility is a little disturbing. So I'm wary to even poke and prod, but I don't think they're gone. How could they have left? Before, and the militia or the Navy would have found them if they were, homing in on them, right? Like, does this make sense, or am I crazy?
Just between us, I think those Theran Navy guys weren't the brightest bulbs in the basket, if you know what I mean. I think they might have quite easily missed a sneaky sort.
Yes, but ship sensors usually can, be a good equalizer, even for stupid people. So even if they were dumb and they missed something, the sensors probably wouldn't. Like, something could have picked them up. And how do you get that many people? Like, do we know, just looking at the size of this place, like how many people roughly might have been here? Like low to high?
I mean, a good number.
Like 20-ish?
If not more, yeah.
Okay.
I would say, 20 to 50 maybe. Not
Like,
sure.
how do you get that many people to just dip out that quick? And where'd they go? Like, the ships are still here. Unless they took off in some other spacecraft. I don't know. I was like, I don't know. Something's not right here. I don't feel right leaving it here, but if we have to go, we have to go. We did say we were bringing these supplies, though. So unless you want to keep them, I mean, I don't know what we're gonna do with them. Suppose I could use them.
With the medical supplies and stuff?
It was what, medical supplies we were bringing and
I
something
think so,
else?
yeah. I don't know if there's much else.
Okay. Bacta or something.
Would Lan know about the biology of the Terrasin species?
The biology of
natives.
them?
Tularan, yeah. Would Lan know about their ability to camouflage themselves?
I would say yes, just because you've been in the system a few years.
Yeah.
At least 10, right?
Yeah.
So you've definitely interacted with them enough that they, you'd be aware of that, as far as how that works, but it's not necessarily, I wouldn't say it's like a camouflage as much as they change based on their emotion. That's what it is. And then, Valen, that's something you would for sure be
Yeah,
aware of, given
that's
your.
something he would be absolutely
Yeah.
aware of. He speaks the language, and his master is a Terrasan, so
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think Valen thinks he can mimic the color change too, but
So if
hasn't
you're
learned
like,
that force power yet.
yeah, if you're Lan, if you're kind of out of character, if you're trying to say that like they're blending in,
Yeah.
like that wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Lan would know that that's not what's going on here with the Terrasan. You know,
So-
if it was Terrasan, yeah.
The stuff we see, it's almost like, is it almost like a flicker? Like it's there, like
It's
very
like
brief.
you catch it corner of your eye. It's a non-digital but like somewhat transparent, image of a figure, and as you go to look at it, it disappears. Like it just fades away.
God.
It's
Just thinking-
shadowy, but it's not. It's yeah.
Huh. And it just sucks the moisture out of things, right? Like they. Okay. So way back when we were on that first asteroid, I think it was, we came across a certain species that had desiccated hulks and everything. Was that desiccation from just long, like they were ancient and just old? Or was it, you said that it looked like they did it to themselves?
I'm trying to think of which one specific.
That was the Sibylari.
Okay, yeah,
like
that was
the- yeah.
something, right? So
They went
those,
into stasis, right?
yeah.
Yeah, it was like a stasis, but they also like, I think they just sat there too long and they turned to dust. I was just wondering if there might be some connection between the two. I know I learned something a little more about them than the rest of
Mhm.
you because it was part of my research.
So
time,
right,
but-
what you're
Mhm.
seeing, these shadowy figures or whatever, are very very much humanoid.
Very humanoid.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that, yeah, definitely not, because those Sibylari or whatever were very alien, different looking, almost like a tripod, weird. Yeah. So
And
these,
there's not.
it looks like, you would think like these are the people you're looking for, but then they blank out.
Just trying to think. Is there a way we could? Out of character. I'm just trying to think. Is there a way we can actually view these people without being here? Like, would we be able to leave behind like a holocam and just have it send a signal so we can get like a live feed almost of what might happen? Or what'll happen once we leave? I don't know if that's something we can actually do or not, but
Hmm.
but I have a spare, so I could use that one and wire it up, or let Lan wire it up. That way he keeps his.
I mean, one issue is there is very low power in the stations,
that's
so I
right.
mean, there's a lot of obstacles for trying to set something up like that
That's
up.
right.
So
Okay. Well, other than that, I can't think of anything. Maybe just make a note of it and see if someone knows the connection between shadows that are there but then aren't there, and then desiccated, or like it's pretty much like everything's desiccated, right? The moisture's gone.
right,
Yeah. And it's everything, right? It's not just the kitchen area.
yeah.
Okay.
Somebody left out too many of those silica gel do not eat
Yeah.
packets.
Yeah.
Sucked all the moisture out of the whole station.
Yeah. That or a giant burst of energy came through and burned up all the water inside their cells somehow. I don't know. Yeah, I'm out of ideas. I think as a player and as a character, I don't have any. I can't piece anything together here. I don't know what to even look for.
A few minutes, a few moments into kind of your deliberations and whatnot, you get a message from your new droid companion, Ufta. It says, "Sirs, I have finished unloading the supplies. We should be all set to depart when you are ready."
I forgot we had him.
Trying to think who told him to offload the supplies.
I don't think we did. I think he just did it himself.
Yeah, 'cause I wasn't planning on just leaving good medical supplies behind for no.
Well, we could always just. I could try it again, just yelling as loudly as I can. If you don't want us to take your medical supplies, come out now. Like, well, I don't know what to do. I'll, guess I'll defer to Captain Dak.
Yeah, I mean, we're not finding anything here, so I think our best bet's to get out of here and focus on what we know. So we know there's missing Kalaran militia, and we also know the Theran Navy seem to be having some rogue lieutenants in their ranks, and there may also be a mole within Narama's organization. So
So then what do we do about this place? We can't let other people come in and take it either. Who knows what kind of stuff's here. Plus, if we want to come back, maybe we could repurpose this as a base. Who knows?
Well,
well,
I'm not too worried about someone coming and taking all them plastic shims.
You have no idea when you're going to put in new decking on this starship, okay? This stuff might come in handy.
I mean, plus we can also reach out to Del Ney and see if he knows anything about what was going on at this facility, and also make him aware that whoever was here is no longer here. And
That's a
they've got
good
some
point.
starfighters and some other ships left behind.
Well then, do we leave the supplies or do we make the droid load them back up? Nothing wrong with taking a few, but
Yeah, I'm gonna radio back to how do we pronounce it now? Ufta? Ufta?
Ufta.
Ufta. I appreciate the the gumption to just start unloading the ship. Next time, wait for our signal, but start loading up as much as you can. We're making our way back to the ship. Focus on the
I'm
medical supplies.
Sorry, sir, but per our orders, we were to drop these off. Is there a change of plans?
Ufta, you have much to learn. You have to always be flexible and think on the fly. We're not dropping off these particular supplies.
Kind of like silence, and then he says, "Okay, I will."
Just grab a few crates of the medical supplies, and we'll take that. Leave the rest behind. We don't have too much time to waste. We need to get out of here.
So he begins loading those up. Begrudgingly, if a droid could do so, and so yeah, you guys get that piled up, and yeah.
I mean, I guess before we verify, I mean, those medical supplies and stuff, I mean, they would have value somewhere. Not necessarily like to sell value, but it's like not something you would just like leave behind because it's like, this is just like bottles of water. Who cares?
Right.
This is actually like useful stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure Valen can figure out something to do with it.
No, I'm just saying, yeah, I mean, deliver it to other militia members or something. I just figured it's not good just to leave medical supplies go to waste.
Yeah, who's gonna use them? These mysterious ghosts that only Valen can see? That just sounds like tomfoolery to me.
I'm not the only one that can see them, am I?
I may have saw a thing or two. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I'm none too anxious to find out though either.
Well, I didn't see nothing. I think y'all are crazy. And I've got the best eyes in the bunch. When it comes to seeing in the darkness. I think your faulty human eyes were playing tricks on you. And I don't hold it against you or nothing, but I don't think we need to start believing in fairy tales.
Who said anything about a fairy tale? But we do need to get out of here. We've probably overstayed our welcome. Whoever this thing is, even if it is a fairy tale, I don't want to be here if it's an angry fairy tale.
Fair enough.
All right, so you guys load up, get ready to head out to the new coordinates deeper within the asteroids to go meet, assumingly with Narama, after Haas sent you that way. As you pull off, Dad, go ahead and give me a piloting check as you pull up and off the base. Nice. 2 in a row. Look at that.
Yeah,
Getting his nat 20 luck back.
Rolling a bunch of crap before now.
It is a good old routine, very smooth takeoff from the surface, and not long after you do leave the surface, however, behind you, some blasts come in, hitting your ship as you head out. And as you look around, check your scanners and your viewports, you see 2 headhunter X-Wings with the paint jobs and markings of the Kularan militia, or not Kularan, the Theran Navy.
I was
Seem
like,
to
wow,
be
that's a plot twist. The ships we just left behind are coming after us.
the Theran Navy seem to come up and out from behind another asteroid to intercept. So let's take a quick break there and come back, and then we'll deal with that situation.
Right on.
Sounds good. What are you thinking?
but it kind of works.
It's like, do you ever watch Nathan For You? Have you ever heard of Nathan For You? With it's clean.
Okay.
He was on Conan, doing his stuff, and he's a comedian, and he was showing all the pictures that got him in trouble on Instagram. It's where you could see like naughty things in the reflections.
reflections,
on the
nice.
pictures.
Someone the other
He
day
held
that's
like a spoon up for some reason,
yeah.
so you could see all the shit in the background.
This guy, like, he's driving and he's got sunglasses on. He's
Yeah.
like, yeah, sorry, babe, I just don't feel good. I want to be alone. And then in his glasses, you can see in the passenger seat somebody else.
Yes.
It's like,
That's
Dude.
exactly what his was like. I won't describe what you could see because it was dirty. But yeah. That's with your helmet, that's all I could see in the T-visor was
Yeah, the reflections. Yeah.
the reflection.
Yeah, I was surprised it was as shiny as it is. Like for it being, you know, like whatever kind of paint they used on it's fairly
yeah.
reflective. Reflective
Yeah.
enough it can't get picked up
I
by
guess-
the camera can't decide if it's
Chrome
foreground or
plating
background.
does it need wax?
No, it's just some sort of high density, you know, hot,
Mm.
you know, plastic they made it out of. It's just the Hasbro Black Series helmet. It's got a little tactical light too that you can pop onto the
Oh,
side
that's
like a
cool.
flashlight.
That's cool. Yeah, I would lose
Do I
my
have
shit if
stats
someone
up
like
for
that
the
came
ship,
at me in the woods.
guys? Yeah, I do. Okay.
Like, what
Right?
the hell is that guy? Stats for the ship?
Yeah, I found it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
I'm
if
sure we've
they're-
never used our ship yet.
We
since we've
haven't.
been in
We
Foundry.
haven't
No,
We haven't
We did once.
used the updated ship rules either. But
Yeah.
I think we're using
Just use the
Yep.
original for now.
the abridged versions, aren't we?
for like the
Uh,
actions and stuff. Yeah,
My version, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and I think we talked about Valen, you probably would be best as operator because those are going to be more perception
Is
based.
that the perception? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
we
then
thought
I know
that,
Lan was gunner, and then Ufta take over as mechanic.
right.
Hello.
There he is.
I'm keeping the video off right now because I'm eating a quick snack.
That's
Dinner
fine.
Time
Cool.
over here.
Alrighty. So, as you guys coming back in here, you take off to head towards your meeting that Haas, your touch point with Narama, called you about. Said, "Hey, Boston wants to talk to you. Come to these this coordinates deeper in the asteroid." And you guys do so, and as you leave the asteroid, the base, a couple shots ring out, blasted at you guys, and you are hit with some blaster fire. And you look around, you notice these two headhunters that are carry the livery and the markings of the Theran Navy. So, as we get out of there, go ahead and let's roll some initiative for that.
Right on.
This will be tokens are mostly going to be just placeholders because I haven't set them up yet in Foundry. So,
Okay. Are we doing tactical initiative for this?
it will be. So it's generally and actually the gunner Lan, I'm going to bring you out. Can you guys probably can't see anything on the game board, can you?
No.
I forget
No.
about that every time. All right, easy there. Okay. Lan, you will be separate from the starship, and then I mean, you can basically just kind of hold your turn. But as a gunner, you would go separate, and then the ship would go. So yeah, Valen and Dak, you guys would kind of work together. How that works out. So, initiative roll from. I'll take an average from Dak and Lan, or Valen, sorry, and then Lan, you'll have an individual roll, and then let me roll them as well.
There's no active combat encounter in your currently viewed.
Oh yeah, sorry, let me do that as well.
And which rules are we looking at for our
In the
abilities?
resources section, grab the Starship Light. Or no, it's in the Starship channel. Okay, so just roll. Will it not let you roll at all without an encounter?
Not initiative specifically. I can just do a
Yeah, just do dexterity checks,
dexterity
I guess.
check. Yeah.
Because I gotta manually do it, so. Hey.
Wasted it. Wasted your nat 20 though on a initiative roll.
Yeah, but
I think got the same numbers I did, 22.
oh, did you
Yeah.
get 22 as well?
With my modifier, I got a +4.
Ooh.
So
All right, so we'll take. Oh, so 26 for you guys for the ship, I should say. Correct.
Say that again.
26.
Said for an average, right?
Oh, sorry. Well, 24 then. Yeah, you're right.
No, 22?
Yeah, it's just 22.
Oh wait, what did Valen have?
22.
We both rolled 22.
Oh, I was looking at the piloting
Yeah, that
check
was
above
that was his piloting checks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think actually it will matter because one of the pilots did go first. Stop snapping. No.
Sprite Hunter rolls for initiative.
All right. One of them went. And Lan, what did you get? 17.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so one of the headhunters is up first as it tears up and around the asteroid, trying to catch position on you guys. And bottom one down here and is going to. Let's see what my rules. And it will. Pilot's going to try and gain a position on your guys' starship with an offensive maneuver. So, Dak, give me a piloting check, as I will as well. Nice.
Oh, I've been around these asteroids.
Oh.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
You still beat him though.
Indeed.
true, it just
So
didn't-
you did, and unfortunately, that means for the headhunter that they have disadvantage on their next attack. So you're able to outmaneuver his attempt and switch the offensive positioning. The headhunter is still going to go ahead and take a shot at you guys at disadvantage. Lowest one plus 3. Let's see if this does. Oh, okay. And fires in 4 points of. Actually, I gotta roll the attack
If they
first.
try to hit
yeah,
first, yeah.
Thank you.
So the D6s come out. I was like, that's not what I was expecting to see.
All right, 11. That'll miss. There we go. Okay, so first headhunter comes in, tries to flank and get a good position on you, but Dak, your skillful flying pulls out of it, and he still fires off, but misses wide as we go to that. That is its turn. Next up is the ship.
So, Captain, what should I do? Give a boost to the guns, or do you need a boost
Um,
by taking away from their attack roll? I guess is what I would do. Interfere.
yeah, I was looking at all the. I'm trying to remind myself
Yeah.
here because I know analyze threat. Remind me, Todd, on the analyze threat, that would give us what information?
Oh, that's right.
No, the intent's like to determine, like, hey, you're outgunned here. You shouldn't try to fight, or kind of.
Yeah, was that under pilot though, even, or?
It's under operator.
Oh yeah. I just haven't really built that out enough yet. But I guess we can bullshit it enough. So it
Yeah, I guess
basically, it would be just to give you some information on, like, all right, do you think you guys can, just what's the game plan here is what it is. So either just fight it out, you can take them down. You have to hunker down and be defensive, or can you outrun them?
I guess that's basically what I was after with, either my proficiency in piloting or because of Valen's ability to perceive with the scanners and sensors what we're up against to determine, like, hey, these headhunters are totally juiced up killing machines or not.
Right. I would say probably for this too, just kind of this improv situation that just kind of take that off the table and assume that it's, you can.
We're evenly matched.
For the most part, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, all right, we can do that then. I guess.
We don't have a tractor beam, do we?
No.
I'm looking at engage systems and stuff.
I thought we did.
Yeah, we'll have to kind of sit down, especially since we'll have 2 weeks here. We'll have to sit down and kind of.
It's been a while since we've done any ship stuff. I thought we'd used one once before when we had that one ship was like out of control and was going to crash into something. Then we tractor beamed it and saved it, but I wouldn't use a tractor beam here anyway. So yeah, I guess I would say, from an operator standpoint, jump on the comms, tell Valen to. See if he can help Land get a lock on one of those headhunters, and I'm going to move us into a offensive position to fire back.
Okay, which one are you going to go after?
Is one closer than the other?
No, that's as far as position, abstract in that regard. So,
whichever one fired at us. I guess.
So it's the bottom one.
Okay.
Would have a good chance. Ooh, yeah. So you're able to get the jump on him. You already kind of flew out of his maneuver as he attempted to get around you, and you just rode that further, getting a stronger position against him. So that gives Lan, you will have advantage on your attack, and on your attacks, I should say. And then I think actually
Are we supposed to see something?
In regards to what?
Like on the map?
Do you guys not see tokens even?
I don't see
No, it's
anything.
just our. Oh, well, I have a regular overlay map with our.
Yeah, I have the overlay.
tokens.
That's it.
Oh shit! I know what I gotta do. Yeah.
Okay. I was like, what's going on? What are we looking at?
Oh, there we are.
That makes sense.
There you go. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, this lower one here is where.
Yeah, when you're like the lower one, I was like, sure, the lower one.
Sure, that one.
I guess I could have done this on the landing page too, but
Okay.
anyway, so Lan, you'll have advantage on your 2 attacks, which is in the Discord.
And then I'm going to target that one as well to help Lan out.
Okay.
So he would get to add that bonus.
Yep. So go ahead and target. Go give a perception check. That's your perception.
Come on, perception.
Right.
Not bad.
16's a +2.
So,
13.
Lan, you will add a +2 to your attack rolls.
Nice.
And actually, Ufta can do something as well. So, when you guys want to just kind of act on his behalf.
Yeah, I'll roll
See what mechanic?
Yes. And you can let me pull him out on the map.
Let him
Yeah,
beef
so I
up
can't
those
find it.
weapons. Let him just obliterate that ship.
So you should be able to click on him and then have the pop up to do
Yep, there he is. So
things.
we'll do I think it's a technology skill is for his, right? For the
Yeah.
mechanic stuff.
Yeah, the big one would be, well, I guess shields or nice.
So
You doing
22.
weapons boost?
Yeah, the one that does damage.
All right, +5.
Nice.
Okay, so Lan, let's start with an attack. You get 2 attacks. Your modifier is a +5. So a d20 +5, and you have advantage on that. And actually it's +7 because of the bonus from Valen.
Is this one from me? This is for the attack roll, right? And then the other one's
Yep.
for damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you did a
Sorry.
targeting boost, and then Ufta did a
What's that?
damage boost.
So I have +7 on this roll and advantage.
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay.
You have to manually
Better.
probably do that.
Better not miss.
Nice. Okay. So first shot goes out, and you definitely connect with the X-Wing Headhunter. The damage on that is 1d8 plus 3 plus 5, so 1d8 plus 8.
Good.
Ooh.
After all that.
Right. Second shot though.
All right.
Still a decent hit. You fire into the, and it actually, it's a significant hit considering. Oof. Gonna spend a reroll on that.
Yeah, I've got inspiration.
Oh yeah, I can't even tell if we have it.
Down in the bottom.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Duh. Forgot. We explained this 2 weeks ago. It's been a long 2 weeks.
Right?
Like, Jesus Christ. Moved one house to another. It's
I forget if you guys can I don't know if you guys can click to show that you use it.
I think we can.
Yeah.
You just click on it and
Right. So Lan, just kind of reconcentrating. Before you hit that trigger, you go ahead and just calm yourself and realign and fire off, connecting on the second shot as well. Go ahead and give damage again, d8 plus 8. Ooh, almost on the 8. Still healthy. Right. So that headhunter's looking pretty rough. You think another good hit, and you can take it out. So that is it for you guys. We go to the other headhunter, who is going to attempt to get into a better position on you guys. So, Jack, give me a piloting roll.
Man, look at this guy. He's gonna try to outmaneuver me. We'll see about that.
Nice. All right. Does not happen.
Dax starts listing lazily to the left, and they can't keep up.
And fires off his 2 shots. Second one actually will connect, just barely. I think you guys are at a 13 on your AC. Yep. So second one just connects. able to get something on you. And this one will be, ooh, a whopping 6 points of damage. And that is to, so you guys have, so you have 15 shields, 30 hull points, so 6 points to your shields. So pencil that in somewhere. Then we come to
Is that
top.
30 hull, 15 shield?
Yes,
Okay.
your shields are down. 6.
50.
The first headhunter, who's looking rough, is just gonna go in and they're gonna try and generate their or boost their weapons. And get a little bit of a boost out of there. They gotta try and attack. Hopefully hit first. First attack. Ooh, just missed. Well, didn't just miss, but it re-rolled over. All right, just no luck. They're looking pretty rough, and so it seems their targeting systems are on the fritz. Come to the Spry Hunter.
I'm thinking of using interfere on that other one so that it can't blast us, and then we'll finish off that other one.
Yeah, go for it. Dak will also. I'll assume that Ufta's back in the engine room area or something, and tell him to see if he can do something about those shields, and then Dak will move into offensive position on that one that's down. It's been taking the damage.
Okay.
Valen's gonna get on the HoloNet and find like all the loudest, most obnoxious things he can find and just kind of spam it into this guy's like what kind of thing, whatever they have in a starship. I'm just gonna overload it so it's just playing a bunch of loud music and like 50 GIFs all at once with noise and sound on, just to distract him.
All right, so Dak, you're able to get the positioning on the ship. So Lan, you will have advantage on your attacks. The Ufta, oh, I gotta fix his token. Ufta is, you were having him do his shields.
Yeah, they regenerate.
Okay, so with a 21, that gets you 50% back. So that'll get you back up to full shields because half of
is
your.
it 50% of max?
Yep.
Okay.
50% of max is what you regenerate by, so that would be 7 points. You guys. And then Valen, yeah, go ahead with you said interfere.
Yeah.
And you're interfering with the other one, right?
The one we haven't fired at.
Right. Okay, so it's gonna get you a +4. So interfere is you well
-4.
subtract that from their next attack rolls.
Cool.
All right, and then we come to Lan. You got advantage on your attack. The lower headhunter is looking pretty rough. You might be able to tag him out with 1. $19 will hit.
Nice.
So this is just now you don't have any damage bonuses, so it's just the 1d8 + 3. Nice. So how do you take him out? Just what you needed.
I shoot out his engines.
All right. So this ship is trying to pull away and reposition itself, but as you do, you catch it on the underside and just blast it through its engines, and the ship just goes into a little burst of ball of flames and whatnot, because that happens in space without oxygen. And then let's see, that's that one. All right. And then the top headhunter is going to try and counteract the interference with an offensive maneuver. So, Dak, give me a piloting roll. Ooh, almost a 1.
Oh, he's trying to outmaneuver me again. I think he'd learn by now.
Nice. All right, so he has disadvantage and minus on his attack, so it's not looking too good for the guy on his attacks.
This is Dax home turf now in this asteroid
What is it, a
field.
-4?
-4. Yeah, I don't know if that was the attacker.
All right, so a 3 on the first one. Can we get a negative here? Ooh, a 2. All right. So, yeah, the interference is just too much, and Dak, you fly fancily enough out of the way, cannot do anything. We come to the Spry Hunter, as the other headhunter is gone. You skip defeat.
Well, I would have thought blowing up his buddy might have given him the hint to get out of here, but he's still firing at us, so Dak will, yeah, attempt to get into offensive. Actually, you know what? Dak is going to do a defensive maneuver on this one.
Okay.
Because it's still the same piloting check.
Yeah,
I'm still
Contested.
thinking about what I'm gonna do. So while he does this, I'll.
Oh no.
Ooh. So, so you try and get away, maybe take some cover from some asteroids and get away, but unfortunately, you actually end up exposing yourself, and you realize that the enemy pilot is going to have advantage on their attacks.
It's like, what happened, Captain?
That asteroid moved out of the way. I was trying to take cover behind.
This does not seem advantageous. I'm gonna send him a little more packet of space porn. I'm gonna do interfere again.
And I guess we will have
All right, so -5 on its attacks. That'll help.
-5.
up
all
to we'll
right.
try to boost the weapons here.
Okay,
Perfect. Oh.
and very nice. That'll be +3. All right, so Lan, no bonuses to your attack, but you will get some damage bonus if you hit. So you're up.
Okay. Do I still get the
It's
base?
plus- Yeah,
dexterity?
base of whatever it was. What did I say in the Discord?
Yeah.
+5.
Plus 5.
I was looking for relinquish. Okay. Let's remember that.
Nice. Alrighty, so I line up a shot, and though Dak put your guys' ship in a vulnerable position, it actually helped you as well. So you lined up. Yeah, double the dice. So 2d8 plus what was the bonus from? It was 7. 2d8 plus 7.
Ooh.
Nice, massive hit. Yeah, he's looking rough. So go ahead and fire again if you want. And you get enough to tag the headhunter. Ooh. Right, so you get you'd have 2 more on that.
Oh yeah. I
From
kept the same +5.
yeah, so 8 total. So solid hit, but he's still there. He's sparking. He's looking really, really rough, and is gonna come to his turn and is just gonna. He knows that you're in a vulnerable position. Still gonna try and do something. Is gonna try and put some extra into the weapons to do so. His last efforts. And is going to get a couple extra points of damage as he attacks with advantage. Firing off at 15, which will hit, and a 22 to hit. Both attacks will hit. So coming in,
Can I use the evade reaction on one of those?
you can.
And that is just a piloting check and then off the table, right?
Yeah, I think what's it say there? You subtract from the enemy's attack roll. Yep.
Yep, that
Wah,
didn't help.
wah.
Did
All
we
right.
interfere? Did we interfere on this one? I don't remember.
Oh yeah, you did
What
interfere.
was that
didn't
last
you?
one?
Oh, it's from you subtract. What was the number that you subtracted?
I got a 20. What did I get? Like a 26? I think it's the max.
Perception
Yeah.
26. Yep. Okay, so minus 5. So the first attack will miss.
Okay.
The second one will still hit.
Yeah.
Okay, so just 1 round of damage coming in here, right here. So you guys will take 12 points of damage.
Okay.
All right, yeah, good catch there. All right, and then back to you guys. He's sparking. There's nothing left to him. He's just there to still try and cause some issues.
Balin will quickly hail on the comms and just quick check. Do you want to take him alive? Maybe get some answers, or are you not looking to?
Well, you can ask if he wants to surrender.
Well, I'm thinking, out of character. There's disable ship. I don't really know. What is the starting systems DC? What's that?
Disable system. So that's just something that you would target a specific system on the ship, which is something we haven't. Yeah. So like
Okay.
it would be you could target their engines, you could target their shields, you could target their weapons, and then go to disable them. And then
So you could try to disable the engine so they're
Yeah.
just floating in space. Then we could
Okay.
see if they want to chat.
Can we also can we also shoot out the engines and then treat it as non-lethal damage, or is that a little different in space?
I mean, yeah, we can allow
Like a
that.
precision shot almost, just where you're like, we've destroyed your ship's done, like you're floating dead,
Yeah.
you're alive, the life
I mean,
support's
really-
on,
That's-
but
That's
Yeah.
I mean, technically, that's what the disable systems does because you
Yeah.
take the gunner's action. So instead of having land attack, you're basically saying our attack is going to be to disable their engine. So if you do that, that just takes the gunner's action.
okay.
Yeah.
Do we think this guy actually might know anything?
Well, they'll know more than we do.
Yeah.
Could confirm who sent him potentially.
We'll see if he's got any water on board. Then we'll know if he's bad or good.
Well, no, he wasn't there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it'll cost your action. Do you want to
Do
gear
it.
up and? Okay, so he'll send over a packet to land for trajectory and just kind of feed him to him. And what is that? What's that say again? Just basically roll perception and then. So the DC to disable the system is equal to the target ship's current HP percentage.
Yeah, this was a whole
multiplied by
thing
this.
that I don't
we
know
started
where it's
building
at.
now.
We were building this. Let me see. The fact that he has like insanely low
Yeah, it was gonna be like a
HP,
super
I'll
high
roll
chance.
first, and then we can go from there.
I would say likely that would pass.
18 I'll probably hit it.
Yeah, so systems DC on a small ship.
We'll cripple his
Yeah.
engines.
Because I feel like when they were down to like quarter health or lower, it started being like a, fairly low DC.
Yeah, so it's this concept like, because it was basically like, I forget what modifier we were putting into it, but is like your intelligence, I think. Yeah, we were going to have an intelligence modifier, and then you use that for your system's DC, and then you have a starting thing, and as you start, you want that obviously as high as you can, but as your HP goes down, the idea is that it becomes more vulnerable, and so the percentage that you're down on HP is how much lower that number is. So they are down to 26%. I did my math right. So yeah, I don't even know what their number would have been, but probably low. So yeah, that more than anyway. So yeah, it would have been down to like a fourth of that number. So yeah, so you scan their systems and are able to lock on to the. You said the engines. Can't hear you.
Yeah,
There
so
you go.
he's just dead.
You said the engines though. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, get the engines.
Yep. So you go after the engines, you lock onto those. You see that they're pretty vulnerable right now, and you have Lan go ahead and take a shot and dial in on those. And you see the ship just you see the kind of glowing plumes from behind dissipate until nothingness, and the ship just kind of starts floating with its inertia.
Say we'll open a comms to them. Just try to hail them. Hopefully we didn't blow that system out.
Yeah, so you can attempt to do that. Go ahead and give me another perception check.
Okay.
Nice. All right, yeah, you're able to kind of tap through and you call through. So what's the message?
It's like a spry hunter hailing. Does this craft have a designation at all?
I don't know how you
Hailing
identify
headhunter.
those, but you just yeah, they're headhunter. Yeah.
Just headhunter. It's like, if you care to answer some questions, we'd be more than happy to tow you out to safety. You just need to be willing to answer.
The comm line as an open channel comes back, and you just hear him say, "You won't get away with this." And then there's like a clicking noise, and then a gurgling, like as if he's like choking or something, and then kind of silence.
Like,
You have quite the way with words there, Valen.
I don't even know what I did. I mean, I think most people wouldn't want to get smashed up in an asteroid field.
Well,
Can is it at all possible to do a swing by and, like, do we know based on what we heard? Like, I'm thinking one of those people where they pinch the tattoo and the stuff comes out, kind of a thing.
Give me a.
We've seen similar things.
Give me a
That's
medi-
little.
Yeah, give me a medicine check.
I'll diagnose him over the comms. That's how good I am.
Ooh, look at that.
That's how good I am.
Nice. So, as you just, I mean, just the situation going on or whatever, but that sound definitely sounded like, somebody, choking, whatever, and you've seen this before, but you think that they did some kind of a, suicide type instigating device or something, basically taking their own life to not be captive.
Okay. Well, I'll tell. How close are we to each other? Like, am I close to Dak?
Yeah, you guys are probably
Somewhere.
same area, I'd say.
All right. I'll just relay it all to him really quickly. Like, yeah, he did something to himself and died. I don't know if it's worth it to go back and try and examine the body. Especially we're in the middle of an asteroid field and we have another rendezvous to get to.
yeah. Too bad we don't have a bigger ship. We could bring a little starfighter and have a little starfighter we could deploy.
If we have a tractor, if we can get it out to a point where I can use the force on it, I could at least get the body out. Look
Nah,
at
I
the
don't
body.
I'm not worried about that. Apparently, he wasn't interested in conversation.
Yeah, towing around a Theran Navy starship might also not be the greatest idea.
No, we're just,
We'd
out here
repaint
helping
it.
people.
We'd repaint it, or getting the transponder off a Theran Navy ship was another thing I thought might be kind of useful.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
not a bad idea. Well, you're in charge. You're flying. What are we doing?
So
Yeah.
the
I
headhunter
don't think we have salvage equipment on board the Spry Hunter, so
it really, like, and I didn't bring this up, but you guys would be dodging through the
It's an
asteroids
asteroid
as
field,
this is
yeah.
going on as well. So that
Yeah.
ship is like now not being controlled, just drifting from its leftover movement, likely about to impact, like its counterpart that already has at some points.
yeah. Well, I guess he'd rather kill himself than carry on any further conversations with you, Valen. Can't say necessarily blame him,
That
but
has been quite literally every evil group we've encountered in this system. They all would rather kill themselves than talk to me. It's just, I don't know how many more ways you can be told to fuck off. I mean, really. And I mean, that's pretty much the penultimate way, right? I'd rather kill myself than talk to you ever again.
so well, hopefully that's end of our troubles here with the Theran Navy on this particular delivery. Let's I guess get back to Narama, see what he has to say. And remember, when we
About
get
that.
there, everything went according to plan as far as they need to know for now.
Okay. And what if we get there and this guy's... We're not meeting Narama?
You know, then suppose we let these do the talking, and he'll tap his blaster pistol.
Okay.
For the record, Balin, I don't think you should take it personal that these idiots keep killing themselves before they talk to you. I think they're just they're a little bit intimidated about opening up to a stranger.
You know, you'd be surprised what people will tell you in the weirdest moments, and I know. Who knows? One of these days they'll want to talk to me. One of
Not
these days I'll
everyone.
have a real friend.
Don't say
not
that.
everyone.
You've got you got old Jib Jab back there, the monkey.
Oh
Whatever
yeah,
his
I do
name
need to
is,
go.
I can't
I do
remember.
need to go check on him. It's been kind of hectic. Make sure he's still there and not a desiccated corpse.
That
So
monkey
you
lizard ain't no
guys,
type of friend.
continue on your way through the asteroids, deeper in to the coordinates that Haas provided you, coming to a small little nondescript base on another one of these asteroids. Come landing down, you're greeted by a few workers, it looks like here, to escort you into the station. You're taken into a room, and eventually, after a few moments, Narama looks at each of you one by one, and you gather in the small room here on this asteroid that looks the same like many others. And you're confident that the noise you heard recently was his ship docking nearby. He says, so it seems that the delivery... There was an issue with the delivery, as our scans indicate that the entire load was not dropped off. Was there problems aboard the station?
Where we're at currently, is it just us and Narama, or are there other people
Yeah.
in the room? Oh, it's just us. Okay. Well, we arrived at the base and there was no sign of the militia members. It's as if they suddenly just disappeared from the station, or from the station.
You see him contemplate this, all four of his eyes. This is very troubling. Do you find any reason to their disappearance?
No, couldn't find anything. We also, in full transparency, when we arrived, there were members of the Theran Navy there as well, in anticipation of some sort of weapons shipment arriving to the base as well.
Troubling indeed. It seems that you dealt with that situation.
Yeah, they were not interested in our medical supplies, just the shipment of weapons, which never arrived. They also seemed to indicate that they had some insider information, anonymous tip from someone that knew about the weapon shipment being delivered.
Insider tip how? The frustration growing over his face.
Well, they didn't have any specific names, and take this for what it is, because I believe there may be some internal issues within the Theran Navy, but they seem to indicate that perhaps someone within your organization who knew of the weapons delivery were the ones that had contacted Theron.
Interesting.
I assume not too many people within your organization knew of the weapons delivery. I believe it was aboard the aggressive negotiations.
Yes. As I have, along with my involvement with this entire operation, I will have to certainly look into that. Most disturbing. It takes a bold person to cross me. It's that is snuffed out pretty quickly, usually. So.
Well, and also to just make you aware, the weapons never arrived. They seem to have been intercepted by a member of the Theran Navy, Lieutenant Bissell, who I believe has gone rogue in a way, or at least not the entire Theran Navy, because this group we encountered on the militia base had no idea of his involvement in hijacking that weapon shipment.
He gives a little bit of a scowl as you mention Basalt. Definitely shows off a distaste for him. It's, I wouldn't put it past that Bothan scum. But unfortunately, at least for now, it's not easy to go after him, but it's, these allegations are good to begin that attempt against him.
But yes, as you mentioned, we did not leave all the medical supplies behind. We loaded back up what we could to get back here as quick as possible, but didn't want to leave them to waste.
Understandable. That is some good thinking on your part. We will take those and reroute those as needed. And I will be coordinating a sweep of the asteroid field for the militia, as it seems that there's definitely something going on here.
Yeah, Dak will look over kind of to Narama and kind of not even sure how to say it, so then he'll just kind of look over to Valen and say, Valen, do you want to describe what you saw? You saw him a couple times. I only saw him the once back there on the base.
Those, yeah. So Valen will just describe them to Irama, like everything he saw, like just how he saw it, how it would occur at like the corner of your vision, and it would be human and then humanoid, then gone. He's like, and first I thought I was crazy, but then we both saw it, and I'll point to Dak. He's like, that confirmed it. There's definitely something. Maybe it's a defense mechanism. That's my first thought. And then there were also a strange lack of moisture throughout the station. Do you know anything? Anything that would do something like that? Any sort of weapon, maybe? No scientific principle I've ever heard of, at least on that scale.
He thinks on that, on everything you're telling him, and says, this is all very interesting. I will see who I can gather to try and investigate these other matters. See if it's related to the disappearance of the militia or not. But
And Valen will look at Dak like, I gotta tell him, at least mildly. Like, if you're investigating this, maybe don't include Mr. Haas. He was a little late meeting us the first time. and he got held up by the Navy. I mean, I don't know that he is or not. We didn't hear any names, or we would definitely have told you. But if there was a leak in your organization, what a convenient person to be slipping them info.
It's worth consideration. Absolutely. I don't put people in that position without gaining their trust, but if he is foolish to betray me, he will regret it quite quickly.
Well, and if he ever did, it might not even be him. This Lieutenant Bissell, we've had dealings with him before. He's done some stuff to the Spry Hunter. Maybe he did it to. Maybe he put a listening device on him or something and got it. He might not be working with them. That's why I hesitate to even bring it up. I know your reputation, and it definitely precedes you. I know you will definitely be thorough, taking care of your own internal problems, but just in case, he might not actually be a problem. He may be an unwitting accomplice.
It's always good to consider everything. I appreciate your thought on this.
Well, I didn't want to say anything, but it was odd. Felt out of place. Worth mentioning. But who
Absolutely.
knows?
I appreciate it, everything. You've done everything I've asked and provided some additional info. I will provide you with the additional payments as promised in gestures, and there's 1,000 credits additional for each of you.
What were we paid initially? Anything?
Yeah, I thought so.
1,000.
Yeah, 1,000 each, yeah.
He gave that to us already.
Did he?
That's what I was wondering.
I think like Haas did, yeah.
Okay, I was gonna remember if I needed to add 2 or 1. I will add 1.
Yeah, I don't remember if I added. I think maybe I took it off for buying that consumable, or not the consumable, the mod.
Mm-hmm.
Norama,
Yeah, I did.
we've held up our end, you've held up your end, but considering all that's happened, I'm hoping you could look into another matter.
I hand him the data card with the copy of the testimony from Gilly and Haley in the wreckage. Say,
Narva's family suffered a loss. My husband and father Charles during the attack on the aggressive negotiations. I'm hoping that you can make sure that they have no want for shelter and food in this trying time.
'Cause, they were quite successful in dealing their arms. So there wouldn't be, but I understand with this terrible loss how that can come upon them. I will see to it that they are taken care of.
I appreciate it.
Well, I must get to many new things that have come up. I appreciate everything, and I will certainly be in touch soon. He heads out. If you have nothing else further for him.
No, Dacus will stand and sort of nod and say, as always, Rama, it's been a pleasure doing business with you, and we'll wait to see what you find out on this matter with Lieutenant Bissell. He's not my favorite acquaintance we've made. He tried to personally, I think, set us up for a pirate attack once before, so anything that can get back at him, I'm definitely on board for.
He leaves. You guys then head out and can head back to Kalaran for Tolabico, whatever, from here. A little bit, after that, Gilly Narvis does reach out to you. She does, she mentions, somebody helping her out with her situation. And she mentions that, but just in general wants to thank you all for your work, in helping them. And she does offer some permits for some restricted weaponry that will help you guys out. So you'll have permits on any unrestricted items to be able to handle those throughout the system. As appreciation there.
All right, cool.
And she also has some a single standard modification to your weapons that she can provide as well. Grab one of those.
Okay. That's standard.
Yep.
Standard mod.
One standard mod. Yep. And additionally, in the HoloNets, you see that there's a rough sketch that on a good day might look like Dak on the HoloNet, and a message that says the Theron High Command has named Zark, forget your fake name,
Zark Odo?
Zark Odo as an enemy of the state, finding him guilty of high crimes against the Theron Protectorate. You see this basically kind of wanted message that has come over on the HoloNet. You definitely recognize the name, and then if you tried hard enough, you could see maybe a slim resemblance. Very bad kind of police sketch style thing. And
comically bad.
Yes. And lastly, pieces the pieces kind of the dots start to connect as getting in touch with Lorwyn, Lore that you talked with earlier reaches out, and he found his way to get in touch with the Kularn militia with Austin Delnay. And through those discussions, him and his entire team, in fact, did basically resign from the Navy.
Somehow they're blaming me for that?
Yeah, that's how they resigned and blame you.
But what unfortunately happened is that he identified Zark as an exemplar of all that is good in the galaxy. And so with that, Theron put a target on his back. So
And Dak will look over to Lan and Valen and say, and that's why we don't use our real names when we meet the authorities.
Glad I didn't give him my actual lightsaber. It's just some shitty vibra baton.
Enemy of the state now. Perfect.
all right, so with that, we wrap up this episode of this trilogy. We will be back in 2 weeks, so we'll go bi-weekly from here on out, guys. It'll be just nice to have a break in between and go from there. Will, second here. So, yeah, everybody on stream, thank you. We'll see you next time.